Right, good evening to you. It's
Good evening, John.
it's a lot nicer than I thought it was going to be a few hours ago. Those of you who don't know me, I'm John Dean. I'm the coordinator for the juniors, and welcome. I hope you've enjoyed this summer as much as I have, and I know the rest of us have. We've had some great weather. We've had some great cricket. We've had some great support from various coaches, helpers, scorers, umpires. And I think a club like Merstham, which is a community club, really does rely on volunteers. There are clubs out there that buy in all their coaching. They get paid an awful lot of money, but also the subs are a lot of money. We keep the subs down. We rely on people. We try and make it accessible to everyone. So the first thing I'd like to do is ask you all for a big clap for all the coaches, helpers, scorers, umpires and managers of your teams. We continue to grow the number of teams that we enter into the leagues. In September, October each year now, we determine how many teams we're going to enter at each age group. We had one under-8 side this year, one under-9. We will be having more than that next year. So it is vital that we have volunteers who can step up and help. And I think during the evening here, you will see people coming up here who have never got involved with cricket before. And I feel in my heart that they have thoroughly enjoyed themselves managing, coaching, running sides, and it's out there for you. We need you, so it's vital. The second thanks that I wanted to give was to the club chairman, Richard. All right, a little clap for Richard first of all. Those of you, many of you may not know that Richard's father, Bernard, was the groundsman here, did huge amount of work, absolutely huge amount of work. We're talking 40 hours a week, voluntary work here, prepping pitches, running this, repairing that, getting grants, doing everything. And we've divvied up a lot of that work, but a lot of it has fallen on Richard's shoulders, and he has worked his socks off. All right, so big up, big respect. Hopefully we're going to get some more of that work off him for next season. And I also want to just take the opportunity to thank some other people. Alex, who's walking around here with his beer and a burger. I mean, he along with Martin Fisher and Richard and people, but Alex particularly, because he looks after the bar. He comes down here, he practically lives here. Yeah, he spends most of his money behind the bar, but he is a real cornerstone of this club. I'd also like to thank Sue. Is Sue here tonight?
She's in the car park.
She's in the car park. I mean, she goes out in that car park and helps you all out. Pitto, can you take a break from what you're doing and just wave to us? Pitto, when it's not doing car park duty, playing, netting, doing barbecues. What a star. And I've saved my special thanks to Mike. I want Mike up here, because Mike is meant to be my assistant, but what he actually is, he's the greatest greeter and handshaker that anyone could wish for. He comes down here, he opens up the club for this 7s, 8s, 9s, you name it, anything. He opens this club up Saturdays, Sundays, evenings. He says, I've just opened the main pitch up. I'm just going off up to the ring now, up in St John's, to open up there so that they can play. He does all this work behind the scenes to make this club tick over. Michael. Oh, thank you. Right. And let's just stay on the theme of volunteers, because, as I say, we need volunteers. We need volunteers for the bar. We need volunteers for the barbecue. We need volunteers. So come back refreshed next year. This is the last training session for the juniors. We come back with the under-9s have winter nets. The under-8s don't have winter nets. The under-9s have winter nets. They start at the end of January. They go on for 10 weeks. We have a tiny gap before the outdoor season starts again in April. So, over winter, ask not what we as a club can do for you, but what you could do for this club. All right, I need people to step up, please. Thank you. That's my little, I'll get off my soapbox now. Right, arrangements for presentations. What we're going to do, we're going to go through age groups, 6s and 7s first, then the 8s, 9s, and so on. The managers and the coaches are going to come up here. They're going to do a little announcement of their player of the season or players of the season, most improved players of the season, and then their own personal choice as managers, player of the season, which is for the whole squad. So we're going to hand them on in turn. I think starting, though, because the 6s and 7s, we don't ask for player of the season or anything, but what I want is all the 6s and 7s, 5, 6s and 7s, that everyone that has been training with Richard over the summer to come up here and get yourselves a medal, please. And Isaac, I'd like Isaac. Isaac has spent all summer helping this group. Isaac, come up here. Come on, you come and help. He's done a lot of work. A clap for Isaac. He's been doing Duke of Edinburgh. Well done. Isaac, come up here. You come in, squeeze past, and then you can hand them on to Rich. And they can thank you as they go this way. They are. You hand them on to Rich. Thank you, Isaac. Smile. Jesus. All right, half Rooney. Ollie. Smile. There you go. Yeah. You alright? Here's trouble. There you go. Is that all the under 6s and under 7s? Obviously there are some that are missing tonight. We will hold on to their medals. So if you know of anyone who has been training and is a registered member here and wants a medal, make sure that they get one, and we'll keep them for next year if necessary. Alright, now I'm going to hand over now to Martin. Martin Fisher, manager of the under 8s for this season. Alright, so Martin Fisher.
Hi, sorry, we're just trying to get somebody dialing in. Is he just
If I do,
yeah, just do that. That's fine. Yeah. There we go. That'll work.
there we go. Right,
Sorry, technical problems. Thank you, first of all, for everyone for turning out. Brilliant session. I won't be long because I know John's managed to talk for quite a while already. Brilliant season for the under 8s. First of all, I have to apologise to all the parents. We didn't expect there to be such demand for the under 8s this season. So John and I were talking over the winter and we were like, well, we better just put in one team of 6. And we've got 30 in our squad at the moment, and we've got a waiting list as well. So brilliant news for the cricket club. Obviously it puts a little pressure on us, and as a result many of you haven't had as many games as we would have liked this season, so apologies about that. Next year we're going to have a minimum of 2, and without harking on to what John said, the more volunteers we get, the more teams we can put out. Ideally I'd like to put out 3 because I think we can fit 3 in. It's just a case of having people to run it. Obviously Ali and I are currently lead coaches, or as we just decided, co-coaches. And if we can get other people to step up. I know I've had 2 emails about coaching courses, so if anybody else is interested, please just let us know. We can run lots of teams, and it'd be great to equal the likes of Oxford and Reigate Priory. But a brilliant season. I think we've pretty much got everyone playing, or everyone's played a game. So that's been brilliant in the friendlies and that. We've all got a good taste of cricket. We've had an excellent season. We've won some, we've lost some. Really tight games, really good. Hopefully everyone's getting a good feel for what cricket is. So a few awards. Well, first of all, a few thank yous actually. Obviously, I want to thank Ali. She stepped up in a really difficult time for her. She's been an amazing co-coach. And we're going to get her fully involved doing everything next season as well, umpiring the whole lot. She's been a really good person to bounce ideas off as well, so thank you, Ali, for that. A load of other people helped as well during the season, so if I don't mention you, thank you for your help. But in particular, he's over there actually coaching the under-12s, which I coached as well. Jono, can you hear me? Yay! Thank you very much for all your help, Jono. Appreciate it. He's come along. Ali P as well. Where's Ali? I saw him earlier. Down there, Ali's. He's been a stalwart of the club for years, and well, Rich not sure, but he's helped us a lot in the under-8s. And thank you again for your help. Really good. Joel, is Joel here? Arthur's, where's your dad?
Oh, Mum's there.
Oh, Mum's there. Can you thank Joel for us? He's scored every game for us and doesn't quibble. Just gets on with it, which is amazing.
Plays for Priory, though.
Hey?
Plays for Priory.
Yes, yeah, well, I can't have everything. Also, the main thing is, and I know a few of them gone, is the youngsters. We've had some of the under-17s help us out in coaching, and it's been so much help. Yeah, Daisy and Orla, they've left, but I've said thank you personally to them. Also, Harry, where's Harry? I know he was here 2 seconds ago. He's probably hiding of embarrassment. There he is, Harry. Thank you so much, Harry. Appreciate that. It's been brilliant. And also Bav. Yeah, Bav is around somewhere as well.
Bav's in the net.
Bav's in the nets playing. Good. So I think that's pretty much everybody. Anyway, won't go on. Just going back to help us, I know he's done it. If you do want to help, let me know, because we need to get your DBS set up, which once you've got it set up, it just auto-renews every year. It's really easy. And obviously any coaching courses, I've sent around a whole spond about coaching courses. Please let us know. I've had a couple of inquiries already. Brilliant. Club pays for it. It's great. Anyway, on to the awards. So first award is for most improved for the season. Had loads of people who could have been, because everyone's starting from quite a low level in the sense that they haven't played cricket before. Some special mentions, in particular Dina. I don't know where Dina. A special mention for you, young man, because I see you here all the time with your dad. You just do so much effort, and you've improved massively. So well done, you. Toby B. I don't think he's here today. No, he was amazing. Toby W. Amazing as well. You've really come on, really. And what I love about you guys are you're really focused, you're really well behaved, and for your parents, you're really polite as well, which is a real credit to you. But the winner for most improved for this season, who's on the video call as we speak, is to Toby McRae. So I'm not sure how we do this, but we'll notionally give you that, Toby. Well done, really good effort. You've been down in the nets when I'm up here doing stuff. Yeah, I see you all the time. Your mum and dad say that you're here all the time, and you've come on really well. So well done, Toby, well deserved. I will give that to your dad in the winter or something. I'll say that. In fact, I'll hold it somewhere here. So well done, Toby.
Well done.
And then, yeah, you go and enjoy your holiday. Cheers, guys. In Devon, I think. So moving on to the player of the season. Again, real contenders here. I want to mention Sebastian. He's done amazingly well. Got back to me, but I'm sure he would face me at some point. Sebastian, really good batting and your bowling, well done, really nice attitude as well. Lieb, he's not here either, amazing batter, he's getting on with his bowling, but he can really destroy a team, so well done to him. But the team player of the season this year, just for amazing bowling, amazing batting, always can rely on him to field, be really enthusiastic and positive. Arthur, it's you. Well done. Oh, he's got it, sorry.
Well done, you. Good effort.
Well done,
We'll get a
Arthur.
photo.
Yeah, just
That way.
brilliant. Well played, Arthur. More next year, please. And then there's one other award, and sadly the recipient's not here, but apparently Ali is actually recording it. So the manager's player of the season, Ali and I had a good chat about it, and we both agreed. This person is always enthusiastic, always determined to improve, always asking the right questions to get better, and they played their first match last week, and they did really well, and we were both just bowled away by them. So it's Ava. Well done, Ava. Congratulations. We'll keep your Rich is just boxing out for you, and we'll give it to you when you're back from holiday. Well done. But again, under 8, you've all been brilliant. Come up and get a medal from Rich. Well done. Please come back next year. Oh, and Ali. And we will see you next year. Well done. You should all be really proud, though. You come from not playing cricket to playing cricket really well. So well done. And thanks very much to the parents as well. Thank you for bringing them.
Well done, young man. Apart from that Liverpool shirt.
Right,
Well done,
well
you.
done, my dear. Noah, well
Well done, young man.
done. Thanks for as much
Oh,
tomorrow.
good work. Love
Well
that.
done, Edwin.
And whilst we're giving those awards, I'm going to hand you over to Dan Taylor, who, by the way, has done amazing as well this year. Stepped in,
Yours as well.
taking the under-9s first time,
on your head.
and he's just done amazingly. So here we are.
Thank you, Martin. Hi, everyone.
Smile.
Really is.
I'm not having it until you smile.
Well done to you guys.
Well, under 9s,
what a fantastic season you've had, and I hope you've all enjoyed it. There's too many parents to thank, but there's been parents helping with scoring, umpiring, managing, coaching sessions, and also importantly, bringing the children to training sessions and matches as well. So I think when you get home tonight, give your grown-ups a cuddle and say thank you for all their help that they've provided you this year. Now I have the honour of giving 3 awards to the team, and it's been incredibly hard to choose amongst you, which you've all been brilliant. Now the first award is for Most Improved Player. Each and every one of you have progressed brilliantly this year, and I hope you all feel really proud of your achievements. But the player we'd like to give this award to has not only developed his playing this year, he's also really grown in his confidence, which has been lovely to see. So congratulations, Jacob.
Smile. Smile. What's that? Have a look at that over here now. There you go, well done, mate.
The next award is for the Manager and Coaches Player of the season. And there have been too many moments to mention them all here, but just to give you a flavour of some of the things that have happened, Vishal took 3 for 11 against Limpsfield. There was an incredible 2 overs for just 2 runs by Juno against Coulsdon. Addy had a blistering 21 against Limpsfield. There's been runs in every game and one of the finest arms you could wish to see in the field from Ollie. There was a thumping 30 by Frank against Reigate Priory, and endless energy and running by Guhan when he's in the field and when he's bowling, fielding off his own bowling. But the award goes to a player who's led by example with his batting, bowling, fielding, but also with the way he encourages the team during practice and during the game. Congratulations, Jack.
Hey.
Now the final award is for the Team Player of the season, and again there's so many wonderful examples I could give. Some of you have had your first training session this year, some of you have played your first game this year, and I couldn't be more proud of you. I'm sure there were nerves before games and nerves before training, so anyone who felt nervous but still turned up, please feel proud, you've done brilliantly. We've had a sister and brother combination in the team with Marwa and her brother Hashim. There's been heroics in the field with diving stops from Ella, breathtaking catches from Max, and brave keeping against some ferocious fast bowling by Maisie. But the player who's going to get this award has performed all these heroics in the field himself. He's remained calm under pressure, and in some amazing pressure situations bowling, he's remained calm and done fantastically. He always encourages his team, and he always offers to help. So congratulations, Toby. So that just leaves me to say, finally, thank you to all of you. It's been a really fun and very memorable season, and I hope you'll continue with your cricket, and I'll see you next year. And if all the under-9s could please come up and collect a medal.
Who's going next? Guhan, well done.
And while they're coming up for their medals, could we invite Alex up to say thank you and give her some flowers?
Well done. Louis. Field Mouse, well done. Franco. You have to wait in line though. Well done again, Jacob. Well done, Tobes. Sure you can have you. Well out. Okay, these are cute. Thank you.
So if I could hand over to the under-10s, please. Oh, sorry.
Just before everyone goes, because I can see Ali P running off like he normally does, we have, just before, on the 10th of September, we're going to do a family fun day. So please put that in your diary, 10th of September, family fun day up here. There'll be some cricket, there'll be bouncy castles, there'll be barbecue, the bar will be open. But also, I think we all need to say a massive thanks to John, who took over from me looking after the juniors, and I can tell you it's not easy. So, John, thank you very, very much from us. As John said also, thank you to all the volunteers that we have at the club. They do a fantastic job. I mean, I was quite lucky to play cricket here when I was 11, and I'm still here, so something must be enjoyable up here. And I'm going to move on to Mr. Reeves.
Hello everybody, good evening. So, yeah, the under-10s. First of all, before we get on to the players, can I thank everyone who's helped in any sort of format. Sally's done a lot of the scoring for us at our matches. Ali Rustage has been around to just get people's pads on. First year of hardball cricket for these guys and girls. So it's a big step up. And it's been an interesting season for us. Last year, this particular group of players had their last year of softball cricket, and they smashed absolutely everybody. They then learned very quickly that hardball cricket is very different. They came up against people who were bowling faster, came up against people who were bowling straighter, and came up against people who were hitting the ball harder, and obviously the ball itself is not squashy. So what they've achieved this year has been absolutely phenomenal, and I'm very, very proud of all of them. I could batter on for ages, but as those who know me well know, I don't like to talk very much. So we'll get straight down to it. I'd like to first of all thank my assistant coaches, Ben Tite, who has actually done more coaching sessions than I have this season, because he is an amazing man. So congratulations to Ben. Thank you very much. We're also lucky enough to have a couple of really, really talented Colts help us with the development of the youngsters. We've got Finn Wilshire, who's kicking about somewhere. Oh, there he is. I literally just looked in, couldn't see him. Who's been fantastic. He's been at nearly every single training session, and latterly for the second half of the season, we were lucky enough to get Dan Kite come and join us, who opens the batting for our ones on a Saturday. There's something about the fact that since Dan came along, the number of wickets we've been losing has dropped significantly. So they've obviously learned how to bat, not from me, but from Dan. So thank you guys for your assistance there. Okay, on to the players themselves. There are, I mean, it's cliche, but there are so many memorable moments throughout the season. We had people taking their first catch as a wicketkeeper and then celebrating by doing the dead dog with their arms all up in the air. Well done, James. Yeah. We had a player who I won't mention the name of, who turned to me and said, "I know we've already lost this game, so I just want to hurt the guy," and bowled the fastest ball that I've ever seen come out of a 10-year-old's hand and just clean up middle stump, which was beautiful. And some really sturdy knocks, some really sensible bowling, and the fielding has just come on so much for everybody. They've gone from being scared of this hard rock that's coming at them to throwing themselves at it, to the extent that in our last league game against Tadworth last Sunday, one of our players took a ball to the ankle, had enough game awareness to get the ball back to the bowler before breaking down in tears over the pain in their leg, and then 2 overs later bowled an over and took 2 wickets for 1 run in that over. So there's loads and loads of great points like that. There's only 3 awards, as you know so far. Most improved player, they're all improved massively, but I had a chat with Ben about this yesterday, and there is one player within our squad who At Winter Nets, when we started in Caterham just after Christmas, it's fair to say he wasn't quite sure how to hold the bat, and he also wasn't quite sure when to release the ball when he was bowling. And we've now reached a stage where he has got one of the most graceful front foot defensive shots, and although the bowling is a little bit sporadic, a lot of them come out straight. So, Jack Wotton, if you want to come up to receive your award, because it's been absolutely wonderful to have you. Merstham Cricket Club Most Improved Player. Oh, you're not getting that one, you're getting that one. Okay, well done. Congratulations, Jack. Special mention, well, I've just mentioned loads of the bits that have happened throughout the season, and we do get an award for the coach's choice. And again, Ben and I have discussed this. Excuse me. Sorry, that was the beer. Ben and I have discussed this. There is one player in our team who figuratively stands head and shoulders above the rest. Physically, not so much, because he's so small. But he hits the ball insanely hard. He bowls fast and straight. He's learnt to keep his blooming mouth shut, which is incredible. That's probably his biggest achievement this year. And he's done all that despite being a year younger than every single other player in the team. So Josh Kiddle, if you'd like to come up here. Well done, mate. Congratulations. Congratulations. Really good work. Okay, final award, and then I'll get out of your hair so that we can move on. Player of the season, well, this is stats driven. Now, I'm a bowler, so I care a lot more about bowling than I do about batting. You don't win a game with the bat, you win it with the ball. I'll argue with Rich about that later on. We've had a lot of good bowling. We've also had quite a lot of good batting, but there is one player in our team that literally strikes fear into the hearts of the opposition when they see him coming in off a 48-yard run-up. And then when it comes out straight, it's devastating. When it doesn't, it looks a bit silly, but that's okay, because he bowls fast and he bowls straight, and with 10 wickets this season and some of the most accurate throwing in the field that resulted in 2 ridiculous run-outs last Sunday, Matty Porter, up you come. Look at the camera. Big smile. Well done.
Well done, mate. Don't drop it.
And if I could just reiterate, because I was going to say about the Family Fun Day, but he said about it. But please come, 10th of September, put it in your diaries, and it is going to be great fun for families. Family fun. Yes, excellent. Right, under 11s. Fisher. No, you're 12s. 11, sorry. Rich. I should know that by now.
Hang on. No, go on. Now, speak.
Thank you. I'll wing it.
Sorry, I'm going to do one more award that we've never done before, but I feel like it needs to happen. This boy is the most politest person I think I've ever met, and he is in our under 9s. I've never known someone to come up and get an award, say thank you to me, and then go and say thank you to someone else, and thank you to about 3 other people. I've never known someone so polite, and I work in a school, so this is unreal. So Jack Curran, you are the politest boy I've ever met. You are going to get a cricket ball from me. Come and get one.
Okay, so on to the under 11 squad, and so the team they've enjoyed, you know, a pretty solid season. Some really outstanding team and individual performances. We've got 2 teams. We've got a team in a Tier 3 league and a team in a Tier 2 league. Our Tier 2 team, they finished 4th. But personally, I don't believe that's the position that really reflects the talent that's in that team. Obviously, I'm biased, but I think we've got one of the best bowling attacks. It's just unfortunately the extras column proves to be the opposition's best batsman. However, I know that they'll work on this area, and I'm very excited about their prospects for next season. The Tier 3 team, again, we had some mixed success. Played some really close games with everybody putting in 100% commitment and effort. Again, really excited about developing the team further for next season, working hard during winter nets, and the team just growing in confidence as we begin for next year. So I run the team with Matt Jones, who unfortunately is not here tonight, but Matt and I are really lucky that we have so much help with the squad, both during training and with matches. And I'd like to thank everyone involved, and especially like to thank the coaches, Dippen, Farron, Jason, Delano, Stephen, Geraint, also Russ, Matt, Kirsty, Bex, and of course Vicky for also helping and working behind the bar as well. I hope I haven't missed anybody out there, but it's been quite a lot of helpers. And of course I'd like to say thank you to all the parents and for all the great support that you've shown during the matches. So, on to the awards. So, firstly, the awards for the Tier 3 team. We have 2 awards to hand out, and the first award is for Most Improved Player. This was a very, very tough decision, with so many of the team coming on leaps and bounds this season, but for his enthusiasm, his commitment, his excellent bowling and fielding, the award goes to Jaden Young. Unfortunately, Jaden has hurt his finger, so I think he's currently at A&E. So we'll have to, we'll hold on to that for Jaden. And now for Player of the Season. Again, such a tough choice, but this player really stood out for his bowling performances. He was regularly taking wickets, and his best bowling figures were 4 wickets for 1 run in a match against Newdigate, and that award goes to Toby Jones. Unfortunately, Toby Jones is in Devon, so yeah, well, okay, now on to the Tier 2 team. So for the Most Improved Player, wasn't an easy decision. It really gave us coaches, quite a lot to debate. Initially, this player started in the Tier 3 teams, but he's now firmly in the Tier 2 squad. And the award goes to Stanley Chapman. Unfortunately, Stanley Chapman is at his grandparents' house, so he's not here to accept the award. Okay. Okay, and now for the Tier 2 Player of the Season. So cricket is obviously very much a numbers game, and there's no denying the outstanding figures that this individual has posted this year. So scoring 179 runs and taking 9 wickets in just 9 games, our Tier 2 Player of the Season is Satvik Barankumar. And he's here. Well done, Satvik. Okay, so finally we come on to the manager's pick, the players' manager's pick. Okay, and this is for the whole squad, and we've got 30 in the squad, and so many of the players have put their hands up for this, and there's been so much commitment, so much enthusiasm and team spirit throughout, but we did have to, pick one person, and with his fantastic attitude, his great team spirit, and just his all-round cricketing ability, the award goes to Seth Murray, who unfortunately is not here tonight. He's camping, but well done, Seth. Okay, so that's it for me. And again, I'd just like to thank everyone that supported and helped out this season. And I hope you all have a lovely summer ahead. Okay, thanks.
Thanks, John. Yeah, that's going to be a real serious training session by the time I've finished that pint in 10 minutes' time. Okay, going to do this along with Matt Webster as well, who's led the Tier 3s. But just to say a few thank yous. First of all, to all the parents. I sent you all an email out. If you haven't seen it, please check your inboxes, junk inboxes, whatever, to say thanks to you all, to save a whole lot of thank yous tonight. But one or two people that I do need to thank. First of all, John Dean, who's been your MC tonight. Thanks to you for all your support, John, through the year, for organising all of the junior stuff. Also, I know he's been thanked already, but Mike Griffin, who's probably somewhere out there in the car park in a high-vis jacket, does so much for the club, and particularly for the junior sections, opening up, closing, etc. We really appreciate your efforts, Mike. Wherever Rich is, Rich, thank you so much for all of your time. I think you seem to live down here, so the amount of time you put in with the club. But thank you for all of your efforts that you do for everything. Yeah, it's the accent, Rich. That's why you can't tell it. Also, thanks to all of the parents from the younger age groups who've helped us out this year as well. We've had a lot of help from the under 13s, the under 12s, the under 11s, and from some of the ladies from the junior girls teams as well. So thanks to all of them. I think we've been a fantastic season for the under 14s this year, with both the tier 2s and the tier 3 sides winning, and a huge thanks, as I said in my email, to all the coaches, but particularly up here with me is Matt, who's led the way with the tier 3s. Matt, a huge thanks to you for all of your help, always coming and helping out, always being there and doing a fantastic job with the tier 3s, really engendering a great team spirit in them. So with that, I'm going to hand over to Matt to do the tier 3 awards first, and then I'll do the tier 2 after that.
Thank you very much, John. So I can't really start without everybody really giving a big round of under 14 round of applause for John, most importantly. And then the unsung hero really has got to be his suffering wife Claire, who for the last, 5-6 years has been doing the fixtures and organising the teams, which is a thankless task, particularly having to chase the under 12s, under 13s, and even younger than that, I think, on some occasions. So yeah, a big round of applause for Claire, if you don't mind. Brilliant. Thank you very much. That's certainly well deserved. Right, I know we're under a bit of time pressure, so let's get on with the presentation. So there's effectively three awards that we're going to give out today for the under 14 tier 3s. And the first award is for the most improved player. Now, this is a really difficult category because we've had so many lads that have really stepped up this season and have really come on since through the winter nets and into the summer. So this is probably the hardest category. But I'm going to give this award to a lad who 6 months ago didn't know which end of the bat to pick up first. So this is Tom Locke. Well done, Tom.
Lucky. I just started playing cricket. Come back here.
Brilliant, well done, Tom. Fully deserved. And then the second award is the Coach's Choice Award. Again, a tough one. I had to debate this one with a few of the coaches to find out exactly who we wanted to give this award to. Yeah, it was a particularly tough choice, and first of all, I've got to think about who I decided I was going to give it to.
To me, to you.
Sorry, the Chuckle Brothers are just working out who they're giving it to.
Wow.
Sorry, bit of a discussion backstage. Right in front of everybody. No, sorry, a bit of a Chuckle Brothers element. So yeah, Coach's Choice Award is a lad who you can give the ball to, you can rely on if you give him the bat, and it's Ollie Wicks. But I don't think we've got him, so we'll keep out of that. And then the final choice is the player of the year. And sorry, we were just debating which one we were going to give each one to. Hence the reason why the confusion. But this lad is pretty much topped the stats in multiple categories. Highest run scored, most runs scored, best fielding in terms of catches and run-outs, etc. And I think quite a few people will be surprised about this because he kind of often goes under the radar. But the person who gets this award, and the stats prove out to prove it, is Sam Pemberton. Again, I don't think we've necessarily got Sam this evening, but yeah. Does anybody want to come up and accept it on his behalf? No? Brilliant. Don't blame you. Right, I'll hand over to Joe.
Thanks, Matt. Actually, a real pleasure to be up here sharing the stage with a fellow Yorkie, actually, as well. So, right, so on to the Tier 2s. Actually, what I do want to say is, again, a big thanks to Matt. I think it's been a fantastic season for both the Tier 3s and the Tier 2s. The Tier 3s were 1 point off coming third in their league. So I think that's, shows the progress that they've made, and a fantastic effort to all of them. And I know there was one game that we had going on the artificial wicket when we actually had 6 different age groups represented within that. We had under 14s, 13s, 12s, 11s, under 13 girls and under 14 girls. So, hugely well done to everybody who's been part of that. For the Tier 2s this year, it's been a really successful season. We're very proud of the fact that we managed to win our league and win it with a 100% record. Played 7, won 7. And thank you. I see Chris is the cheerleader for that. Thank you, Chris. So I think that's a fantastic achievement. A huge thanks as well to Saranga, who's hiding away there, who I asked if he wanted to say a few words and he politely declined. He's backing away now. But Saranga's taking the lead on a lot of these, so a huge thanks to you, Saranga, for that. But played 7, won 7, and winning in a whole variety of different ways, chasing down big totals, defending some really low totals. For some of us, we're on a Eurostar train whilst we were defending that low total and actually watching it on Play Cricket with the free Wi-Fi, and it was pretty nerve-wracking, let me tell you. And then, to finally beat the second place team in what was effectively a cup final, our dear friends, excuse me, from Southern Railway in Kenley, we managed to beat them in the final game of the season, so that was particularly sweet to keep the 100% record. I've got to say, like Matt, this has been a hugely difficult set of choices to make in all 3 categories. I think it's been the hardest that I've ever known. And I know that I spent a lot of time discussing it with Saranga and with Matt and with Mick and the coaches. So, but first of all, to do the most improved player, it's fair to say I think that everybody's improved, and I could go through every single player who's played Tier 2 and has improved throughout the year. But the player that we've gone for is somebody who was new to the team this year. I think has added so much to the team dynamic. His fielding is excellent. Always says worth 10 or 15 runs alone in the field for his work. He's progressed on to playing in senior cricket as well. So the most improved player is Luke Tucker. So I'm going to do it in different order to Matt now. I'm now going to do the player of the year and then we'll do the coach's choice. So the player of the year, this honestly was the hardest call of all. So many different, worthy candidates of winning this. I could go through about 6 players. Charlie scored a lot of runs for us and at really crucial times. Hamdan captained the team and scored runs at crucial times. Harry took us a load of wickets and got some big scores. Dylan dug us out of holes at times and his keeping improved immeasurably. Lakshin stepped up to open the batting and did really well. Oliver scored a load of runs for us and took key wickets as well. So this was a really, really tough one, and I was very glad to have the other coaches to call on, because it's always very hard when I have to say this, but the overall player of the year for the Tier 2s is Oliver White.
Don't start. This is the biggest.
He's Tony.
No idea of the amount of stats I needed to cut to try and decide on that from play cricket, but thanks to Chris for keeping everything mostly up to date in play cricket. So, and finally, the coach's choice. Again, lots of names came into the equation for this. I know Charlie's had a big part to play in a lot of the things that have gone on the field. Hamdan's captained the team really well. But the player that we've gone for is somebody who's played across both teams, and actually I know Matt had mentioned him to me for the with the Tier 3s as well. He played across both teams. He's been selfless in the way that he's played. He's frequently batted down the order, but he's always taken us loads of wickets when we've needed them taking. He's been fantastic in the outfield, and he's turned up, I think, every single training session and been committed every single time. So the coach's choice for this year goes to Will Blair.
Well done, mate. Congratulations. Good work.
Right, that's it from me. We've now got a training session over on the artificial wicket. If any of the parents would like to join us for that, then do feel free, as I'm sure that the under-14s would like the chance to have a ball at you as well. But do feel free to join us. Thanks ever so much. John.
Thank you very much, John. I'm going to hand you over now to... no, I'm going to hand this over to Martin Fisher for the under-12s.
Hello again. Well, I'll keep it quick again, but first of all, I don't know where they are. The other coaches, Trusha, somewhere, can't see him. Jono, Trusha, come on. Oh, you're all sat with him, fair enough. Okay, unusual season this year. We've gone to 3 teams now on the under-12s, and we were having a lot of debate about what kind of teams to produce. We've got 2 Tier 2 teams and 1 Tier 3 team. They've had a brilliant season. We've had a lot of availability issues, but it's come out really well, and we've had some massive improvement in the whole season. First of all, though, I do want to quickly say thank you to the other coaches, because I'm more managing now, but the main coaches, Trusha, Jono, and then in India, who should be phoning in at some point, should be Jacko, he's not here, oh no, there he is, and also Dom, who's in India, and Ram, who's in India as well. And I'm just going to ask you, Pat, Sally, can you see if that video call will work? Appreciate it. If he answers, it'll be Ram. Anyway, really good season. We've still got games to play. We've still got about 3 games to play, so the league positions are still fluid. The T3 Musketeers, they've done really well. They're top of the league at the moment for the pairs cricket, and some really good performances. I'm not going to say particular mentions, because if I'm honest, the whole squad's done brilliantly this season. But obviously we've got to pick some winners. So T3 Musketeers, the 2 awards for this one. The team player of the season, the most improved. The most improved's gone to a boy who started this season really struggling, and he's done absolutely amazing. He's come on massively. I've seen videos of him practicing all the time at home. Really impressive. He unfortunately isn't here. He's in India today. It goes to Dan Fletcher. So well done, well done, Dan. We'll, yeah, he's not. No, can you? Stay one side. Thank you. Dan's done really well. Yeah. And team player of the season. Now this young lad is much like what Rich was talking about earlier. He's such a polite boy. He's always pays attention. Always wants to learn. He spends an awful lot of time thinking about the game, which is really impressive. And he's had a bit of bad luck recently by breaking things. But the team player of the season for Musketeers goes to the captain, Riley Parker. This is the Well done, Riley.
man,
How's
come
how's
through.
the elbow? He broke his elbow.
Oh wow, good effort.
But wasn't he playing cricket? Was it? Is Ram on there?
Well done, mate. Good luck.
Yeah, brilliant. Well done, guys. So the T2 teams, the Tier 2 teams, are the Maestros and the Meteors. Quite interchangeable, so performances-wise are all very similar between the two teams. Again, some really, really solid bowling and batting performances. But the Meteors, the most improved player, unfortunately he's not here either. He has come on massively. His bowling has got really quite fast, and his batting's come on massive as well. And he plays another sport, tennis, as well in the summer, so he's constantly competing for time. But the most improved Meteors player goes to Ben Lee, who sadly can't be with us either. So we're going to keep it and pass it on it. Moving on to team player of the season for the Meteors. Again, a really good opening batter, very good bowler as well. He's been pretty productive, getting lots and lots of runs and wickets, and has worked pretty hard all season. That goes to Thomas Hughes, who I don't think is here either.
No, but his mum is.
His mum's here. Why don't you come up and get it on her behalf? On his behalf.
On her behalf?
His behalf. Yeah. Where's your son?
Hey, you should play ladies cricket. You
Oh,
should get your own
I'm
one.
sorry, I forgot that. He is. Yeah.
Well done.
I hope everyone heard that. That his son,
Okay,
her
well
son's
done.
in Barbados. Shocking, shocking. Well done, Thomas. But pass that on to us. The T2 Maestros, they've still got a couple of games left, but we're doing pretty well. I think we're second, I think, from the last time I looked. And again, really good season. But there's one in particular individual who has done absolutely remarkably. He started the season bowling quite erratically, but he's absolutely nailed it now. Seems to get his bowling really, really spot on, to the point where when we were playing a weaker side, he had to stop bowling because he was scaring the guys batting too much. Really impressed with his batting as well. I'm sure in no small part to his dad. But most improved player for this year is Ad. Well done, Ad. He's on the video call from India. So I hope you can see that. Can you turn him round so we can see him for a sec? Is it? Oh no, turn the phone round so he can. Oh, well done, Ad. Really well done. Well played. That's sure he can't see. You can see the wall. Yeah. Well done. Anyway, well done. Yeah. And then so player of the season for the Maestros. Again, an opening batter and an opening bowler for us. Really consistent. I had a quick look at the stats yesterday, and I think he's got over 200 runs for us, and lots and lots of wickets as well. Sadly, again, he can't be with us, but the T2 player of the season for the Maestros is Jacob Kiddle. I don't know whether his mum wants to come up this time.
What is this for mum's award?
Yeah, we're just two parents next
Why are
year.
they not
It'll be
playing
easier.
ladies cricket?
Too busy driving the kids everywhere.
Yeah. Well done. You got to have a photo as well.
Brilliant. And the last award is for the Manager's Player of the Season. That's where all five of our coaches, we chatted about it. And there was a lot of, the other awards were pretty consistent in who we went for. This one was slightly more. There were so many contenders for Manager's Player of the Season this year. This is more award for not necessarily just performance, but also attitude, behaviour, almost very school-like. But this young man, he struggled very early on. We thought he wasn't going to play with us this season, which was a bit of concern. So he started very late in the season, and he's picked it up back to where he was. Very consistent the bowling, really consistent batting. His batting's come on a lot, I think, this season. He's much more confident in it. But what we really like about him is that he listens to what the coaches have to say. He then practices that and then takes it forward for the next match. He's really well behaved. I never ever have to tell him off. Never ever have to get him to stop mucking around. So the Manager's Player of the Season for this year goes to Charlie D.
Under 13.
Yeah, not the under 13 Charlie Dean, the under 12 Charlie Dean.
Well done, Charlie. Good to see you back playing cricket,
Yeah,
mate.
but next year, no wobbles, all right? You're
That
going to
way.
play with us. Yeah, no wobbles. Just to reiterate as well, big couple of thank yous. Thank you to coaches. Thank you to Sally over there. She's the unsung hero. She scores all of our T2 Maestros game. And I think Annabelle's here as well. She's hiding over there. Annabelle does loads of scoring as well.
Cricket for the ladies now.
The other thing, one more request, any parents under 12s, we could do with some other helpers as well. That would be amazing. Oh, and one last thing, we've got a couple of new players, and we did a thing last year where we gave them caps, which were very generously sponsored by Sally's husband Rich's company. So I think we've got Spencer. Where are you, Spencer? You're here. Come up. Spencer was his mum had asked to play with us, and we had at the time said we were full, and he was sitting here watching his friend Charlie play a game, and we were one short. He joined in and did really well. So he's now going to fully fledged member of our squad. So we're going to give him a cap.
Yes, love that.
And there's one more, a young Mr. Barlow. He has done really well as well. Ben's joined us this year. He claims he gets it from his dad, but I'm not 100% sure. He's done really well, and you are coming on massively. So well done, Ben.
Good work.
And if there are any other under 12s who did not get a cap last year, let me know, and I will get you one sorted. Thanks very much, everyone. Hopefully, move on to next year, 3 teams again. And thanks again to coaches. Cheers.
Right, now we come to the main event of the evening. No, the under-13s. All right, so this is my lot. It's not just my lot, actually, because we have a big squad. We have about 30, 31. I'm aware that we've got people trying to join us for next season already. I think it's a reflection of the children, who are the most wonderful group. They really are. They turn up. They are committed. They've come year after year. They support each other, and they really are fantastic to work with. All right. So that's the first group of people I'd like to thank, all of them. Now we have 3 teams. We have 2 tier 2. What do we have? 2 tier 2 and 1 tier 3 side. The aim is to have a one that is a merit side on a Sunday, and then we have a tier 2 side that plays during the week and is a transition side for teams, for players coming from the tier 3 side up through. And we name them after snakes, or at least I did. We have the Cobras, the Sunday side. We have the Vipers, who are the midweek side, and we have the Mambas, who are the development side. And I suppose it's been a season of what might have been, because when the Lingfield had won the league, and we beat them by something like 88 runs, albeit a slightly weakened side, but the umpire from their side couldn't believe that they had won the league and we had not. And it was really a reflection of the potential of the side. We are a confident side. We lost a bit of confidence and our results suffered. But we had a great end to the season. We ended up 3rd in a relatively small league. The Vipers, which is the midweek tier 2, I think were pitched at just about the right level. It was a great transitioning side. It was a great side for people who had developed from the tier 3 side, and I have to say, just about every child in the squad has come on leaps and bounds this season, and I'll go on to that shortly in terms of improved players. In many ways, I'd like to give them all an award for all their efforts and improvements that they've been making. The Mambas had a very difficult situation, because they were entered into a league as a development side and ended up playing against sides from, say, South Nutfield, who only have 1 team. And as a result, they have good players and they have developing players. And it's not really a fair comparison. So their results suffered as a result, but it was a great medium for them to develop. And I think they did really well, and it was great watching them. I mean, for the Mambas away at Reigate, and they had an ex-Surrey Academy guy just taken out. And where were we? I think we were 20. What did we make them? Something like 27 for 5 at one stage. And their umpire wasn't even looking at the scoreboard. He was getting so nervous. We lost the game, but it was just a fantastic reflection of how the team have improved over the year. We continue to develop them. We will continue to enter 3 teams, and hopefully we'll be a bit more successful next year. I've got 7 awards to give out. I've got 3 most improved player awards to reflect 1 from each team. I have 3 Player of the Season awards, which I do based on statistics, all right? They're taken from play cricket, and I feel that that is the best way, the most objective way of choosing a Player of the Season. But we've got 3 of those, and then I've got another special award. I've got 2 special awards, actually. I've got 2 special awards. I've got my personal choice of Player of the Season, and I've got a special award for someone else. Okay, let's start with Most Improved Player. This young man joined us for winter nets, really, and he wandered around a bit. His father wandered around, didn't know quite whether he was going to stay with us, gave us some money for the food bank, which was great. Then he paid the subs as well, which was even better. So we were quids in by this stage, and this has helped pay for his trophy. So the first person that I would like to give a Most Improved Player award to would be Leo Hollidge for coming up here. Leo has been working at, he's had a lot of one-to-one coaching with Luke Saunders, and it really is worth doing. Those of you that may be aware of it, we have Luke Saunders in the club, and he is able to provide one-to-one coaching at a price, but it is well worth it. So well done, Leo. My second Most Improved Player. He captained the side one time, and it was going so badly, he sat down on the pitch in the middle of his over.
Where's this going?
And we thought this over was never going to end. He kept working at it. He worked and worked and worked. He pitched the ball up, his batting improved, and in the end, he really was knocking on the door as a name on the team sheet for the Cobras, the Sunday side. So, Ethan Els, I want you to come up here and get a trophy, please. Well done, Ethan Els. Well done, Ethan. I didn't manage to shake...
Well done, Ethan.
Yeah, well
Good
done,
work,
young
buddy.
man.
You've got to look
I'm
this
gonna
way.
shake hands. Oh, yeah, you get a photo. Right, third Most Improved Player. I suppose he finished it off in style, actually, because we were playing in the last game of the season at Tadworth, and it was getting a bit edgy. We needed to beat them to finish above them. We should have beaten them the first game of the season. If we'd beaten them the first game of the season, we lost on the last ball, we would have won the league. I don't doubt that. But he put the icing on the cake by diving full length as a wicket keeper and snatching the ball out the air one-handed. It was a real Hollywood catch. This young man's wicket keeping has come on and on and on. We have a great wicket keeper in Lauren, all right, but Lauren has been away at Surrey playing in their under-13 side, and unfortunately we only saw her 5 times out of something like the 28 games that we played this season. But Toby Evans has stepped up, and Lauren, we want you to stay next year. I do hope you're going to stay next year, but you have competition, I'm afraid. So Toby Evans, come on up here. I know Tom was particularly impressed with your wicket keeping, and I think that's a real accolade, Most Improved Player. He looks quite happy with that. Well done, Toby.
Well done, young man. Good
Right. Let me just actually take a step back, because one thing I haven't done is thank all my helpers. Tom's over there, Tom Jenkins. He claims...
Or is that someone from...
He claims to be a better umpire than me. I'm not so sure. Just because I've got cataracts, thank you. But anyway, there's something for next season. Joseph's there. Rob, thank you. Mark, raise your hand. Top scorer, Louise. Thank you very much indeed. Toby Risk can't be with us. They're away. But I'd really, and Ed Tomlin's not here either. And I can't do anything. We can't run sides without all that help. It's been absolutely fantastic. But I'd like to thank all the parents, really, because you've been so supportive. And I never get any problems. Never get anyone complains about selection or anything like that. And that really reflects how nice the squad is. I'm coming to Player of the Season next, okay? This is stats, All right, basic stats. So the first player of the season I'm going to mention is scored 257 runs at an average of 19.77. Took 13 wickets. Has played a lot of open age. He's helped out with the under-14s, helping them win the league. He can't be here tonight, but one of my Player of the Season awards goes to Jasper Tomlin. All right, so clap for Jasper. It's all on film, you can watch it on YouTube. The second all-rounder that I want to give an award to tonight scored 236 runs, so slightly below, took 11 wickets. He finally got his spinning sorted out, and took some great wickets at key times. Opened the batting, had his moments. We still quite like his style. So Freddie Jenkins, you come up here and get a Player of the Season award, please. Yeah. Yeah, he took 5 for 7 in one game. Yeah.
He supports Arsenal as well, so he's a good lad.
Everyone has a cross to bear. The third person, I'm going to, again, based on stats, I'm giving an award to, it can't be here either tonight, scored 234 runs, really stepped up. His bowling is still a little bit erratic and dangerous, but batting-wise, he can really come on. And again, as I do this straight on stats, so Pranav Rajesh, he gets one of the Player of the Season awards. He's in India at the moment. We've sent him overseas for a bit of coaching. I'd just like to mention Tim Liu, because Tim scored plenty of runs as well, didn't quite make the frame, and also my Charlie, because he took 11 wickets as well. So they do get a mention. Now we come to 2 awards, all right? Now the first one, I suppose just, I've thought about it tonight, and I think we're going to lose this person. No, we're not. No, we're not. Maybe not. But I hope we don't. But it's always tricky keeping girls in squads, and Lexi is going to go over to Banstead and join her friends over at Banstead. She has been playing. Richard is adamant you're staying, but you've got to enjoy your cricket. You enjoy it with your friends. We've loved having you in the side. You've been a fantastic stabiliser for the boys. You keep them in order. You can bat. You can bowl. And I want to give you, all I've got for you, Lexi, I want you to come up here, you're going to get a medal. So come on up here. I've got special dispensation to give this medal over. No, Richard's going to do it. Thank you so much. And I would like to wish Lexi all the best from all of us for next season. And please come back. We've got a ladies' team, we want you back.
Why not?
All right, my last award. This is my special award. This award goes to not just the person who's performed on the pitch, but has the right attitude, is developed, supportive, always available, whether he wants to be or not. His father tells me he's always available. He concentrates. His fielding has got better and better. He's still a bit lopey going after those balls in the near the boundary, but he's been taking catches. He's consistent. Boy, is this young man consistent at bowling. You know, I think that's the key. He's taken, how many wickets did we take in the end? 19 at an average of 10.84. Again, another young man who's been helping the under-14s win the league, and he's also been playing a lot of open-age cricket. So my Player of the Season, my personal award, is for James Campbell. I'd like you to come and get that.
Playing adult cricket as well. Well, yeah.
So I'd like to thank you all once more. It's been a great season. I might try and, when I'm on holiday tomorrow for a week, might arrange a couple of friendlies when I get back. Otherwise, it's winter nets, and thank you all for this season. It's been wonderful. Thank you. And that ends the presentations for this evening, I think you'll find. So, no, they're doing this. Enjoy the bar. Enjoy the barbecue. All right, there's plenty of food still there, plenty of beer still in the tap.